Do you know what time it is?
It's clobbering time!
Crap.
You thought you're going to get StreamYards, all this stuff, and you're going to get all the accoutrements. But guess what, pal? You're still a bum. You're still a bum.
Oh, well, at least I put it that's on YouTube, so it's private. I will make it public. But I was going to set the stage for the whole show for everything. Well, not everything, but some of the stuff we're going to go over. But
this leaves more time for me to talk about something.
Yeah.
That's 8 minutes of my life I don't have to get back.
That's right. So, all right.
Why don't you just tell them? Come on, you can do the whole. Just tell them it right now.
Tell the story?
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I'm not going to tell a story. I'm going to leave that up to the video like I had planned. Look at that branding. And so yeah, I'll as soon as we're done, I'll post that video. I'll make it public. Check it out. I hope it's funny. I tried.
Well, it was pretty good. It was pretty funny, I thought.
Well, yeah.
You need to speed it up a bit so it's like old timey. Put it in black and white and put some like boards up that actually says. You should do it as a silent movie.
I have to admit, I did it in one take. It could have used maybe a couple extra shots, but it gets the point across.
You're a perfectionist. We know.
I am. But everyone will notice. Look, no StreamYard up in the corner. We've got branding, and branding is presented by our pal, Alan Schell.
Where?
Disco said you have to put on Chrome tab and have the share audio check box on.
Okay, maybe we'll try it again later. When we get into the AOK portion of the show, we'll try it one more time.
You guys got to realize that Jamie's learning this as he goes along. So it's like if he moves one thing, if he touches one tab, we're all dead. It's gone.
That's how I live my life.
Let's just be happy that we have Clobberin time on the screen.
But let's see. So our
don't die yet.
Our branding is brought to us by.
Is it gonna have audio?
Let's share another tab.
Oh, did you see the button?
Oh, where that shrunk? Uh-oh. What is that?
That's your website. That's your
Oh, yeah. I call it Al's Pop Shop, where it's like pop culture shop, but you can find it under Alan Schell 76. I got a bunch of cool stuff up there.
You got the Rom Selleck shirt. You're sporting that.
I do. I'm wearing that right now. Rom Selleck in the house. John's Comics with Kids just popped in. Said, morning, gang.
Hey, John.
Good morning, John.
Guys, keep an eye on this TeePublic page. There was a sale this week for 30% off. I took advantage of that. I picked up this cool Speed Racer shirt.
Speed Buggy.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Speed Buggy.
I should do a Speed Racer, Speed Buggy mashup. I think that'd be pretty cool. There's Tennessee Tuxedo. You can go wrong with him.
That's kind of the one of the fun things I like about the stuff you do is that you find the right mashups to do.
Yeah, right there. I just put that up last night. It's the villains from the 66 Batman. The 66, yeah, it's on sale, $13 right now.
Oh, there you go. So the sale is still on. So guys, $13 plus shipping.
What a salesman! Don't miss out. That's what I'm saying.
Maybe later than that.
Yeah. That's cool. I ordered that for the. I got a coffee mug with that wrapped around it. It's gonna be pretty nice, you know.
Share audio right here.
Gotcha. I see the share audio button now. All right. Okay. So before we get into the AOK portion of the show, I wanted to talk about Al went live earlier this week, and I want to hear the story behind that.
It's miserable. Okay, so I was trying to be the IT guy of the group, and I was like, "Hey, I think I figured out this OBS stuff." And I was like, "Oh, it's simple. We can do all this fancy stuff." And he's like, "Well, I don't know." You know, he Eeyored me like he usually. Oh, geez, I don't know. Or was that Davey and Goliath? You know, I don't know, Davey. I don't know. That's who you are. Anyways, so I'm like, no, I got it figured out. And a matter of fact, I'm going to go live. I think it was last Saturday night, because I was going to just, draw. And I put out this cool little emblem and stuff and put it on Instagram. And people were like, hey, cool, we want to watch this. And I'm like, sure you do. I want to do this. So I go and I get it ready, and I got all the good stuff. And then, let's see, it was at 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock comes on, and I'm like, all right, let's go. And then I think I'm filming. So much stuff happened. Anyways, first, the stuff you didn't see. My sister calls me in the first 3 minutes. And so I had to get up, find the phone, get on the phone. So I'm talking to her. I'm just like, I'll do it live. I was pulling a Bill O'Reilly. F it, I'll do it live. Let's do it. So I'm on the phone, and she's asking me where my dad is, and I was like, I thought he was over at your house. Anyways, I'm talking, and then I'm like, well, maybe he's dead. He's dead. And all of a sudden the phone cuts out. So that's all she hears. So I'm like, oh no, I was joking with her. That's the worst thing you can do in a conversation. You're joking about someone being dead, and then the phone. So I don't know if she hung up on me. Maybe she passed out. Like, oh no, my dad. No, it was just because her cell phone cut out. Anyway, so I'm like, all right, we're doing this live. We're feeding it to the world. And then after that, my buddy Jay calls me. He's like, it's Saturday. Let's go hang out, man. So I'm like, no. I'm like, as soon as I get the phone, I'm like, I'm going to call you back, man, Then went a long conversation with him because he calls and talks about nothing. He talks about nothing. And then when I start talking, he's like, well, I got to go. So maybe I should have started talking, well, what I'm going to do today, I'm going to get on to it. He would have just automatically hung up. But and so okay, so I'm like, all right, I'm ready. We're going. I'm gonna start, and I started drawing. The stream was lagging. Jamie warned me. He's like, man, that OBS that sucks up your CPU, man. You're gonna be going crazy. And I'm like, nah, man, I can do this. It worked. It worked. I mean, you can go to my my YouTube channel and see the 2 times that I did stream, and it's just me looking like, looking like a complete jackass. So, anyways, I'm doing it, and the way I had it set up, this is a different angle. There's a door over here. There's a door well. I used to have a door. I took the door out of it. For filming purpose, to keep the light from coming in, I put the door back. I just laid it in there. So that's into the kitchen. My cat, while I'm on here and I'm trying to draw on this laggy digital, like it's like I drew a line 2 minutes ago and it's finally appearing type thing. Okay. My cat's over here clawing at the door, trying to get in the kitchen, making the weirdest noise. I'm like, oh, what? And then I look down and his claw is trapped into the door handle. The door. I'm like, oh my God, my cat's going to rip his arm off. And I'm just like, it's 15 minutes in, 15, 20 minutes in, and I'm just like, this is a dud. I got to go. So I ended it. I was over it. So I cashed out, turned it all off. And then I was like, all right, well, this is going to appear. I got to watch this. At least I'll have the worst. I'll have the worst YouTube video of all time on there. I'll have something to talk about. That's all I was like telling Jamie. I was texting him. I was like, well, at least I'll have something to talk about on Clobberin time. So anyways, it didn't pop up. There was nowhere to be seen. It's not on my computer. It's not on my YouTube. I don't know what happened to it. I'm wondering, I might, you know how you got to put the key code in there, or you got to put the thing. I'm wondering if I put the wrong one in. That's what I think it was.
It's on somebody else's channel.
And it's on someone else's channel. And like, who's this jack on? You know what I'm saying? Who's this guy? Whoa! Hey, my dad's dead. What? Oh no, the phone's dead. Joke's on you. Like, I don't get it. What happened? Anyways, that's my beautiful story. And then the next day, I used StreamYards. It was perfect. I was just shooting the crap with my buddies on that, and I don't get it. Maybe it's YouTube. Maybe so. Anyways, make the long story longer. I got my my Trump money. I got my my 12. I got my 12. Anyways. So I just went and I ordered a $1,100 laptop. It's for gaming. It's got all the accoutrements, man. It's all, it lights up on the bottom. Probably give me a seizure. I'm gonna there's no stopping me next time. There's no stopping me. It's gonna blow up the house. It's gonna drain. It's gonna be like when they turned on in Ghostbusters, they turned off the thing and it shut down everything. That's what's gonna happen as soon as I turn that on.
Did you see the gaming desktops with the tower with all the cool circles and lights and stuff in them?
Yeah,
so cool.
It has it light up bottom. I'm sure I'm gonna be like just seizuring out, man. It's gonna be brutal.
Watch out, world! Here comes Al.
Yeah, well, I'll get it in a month. Back order. It's like, well, we got his money. We don't need to send it to him that quick.
Hey, know about that.
All right, let's take a minute to shout out this chat. Let's see. We had Rob Boswell was in here early. Discovery Bay is here. Hialeah Comic Bro, good to see you, man. John's Comics with Kids was mentioned. Thanks for stopping in. Of course, we got Coach Vic's here. Who's your nerd? Thanks for stopping in. All right, let's try this video thing again.
Nice.
We're gonna try it. Let's share. Share audio is checked. Share that. Let's go back to the beginning. Let's see what do we got to watch here. So much good stuff. It's quiet. AOK Palooza from C3 Comics, Hialeah, and Man Caves on Biggie Shaq. That's pretty cool. Let's check that out. Man Cave's been dropping some bombs on people, some killer AOKs. So Comic Kid 84 got an X-Men issue, the first appearance of Banshee. Got that in the high grade in a slab, and I was like,
Yeah, value.
that was on my 2020 hunt list. Man Caves. Well, that's cool though. Man Cave's new to the scene. It's cool getting to know him. Hialeah is such a cool guy too. Love that dude. Biggie. Biggie's always killing it.
That's the perseverance.
Yeah. I gotta go into my box because I have Walking Dead like 150. I love that experience.
9.8, dude, Melody's going to shit, bro. I'm about to show her right now, dude.
Yeah, man. Man Cave hooked up Biggie Shaq. Very nice, Man Cave.
The show's all yours, dude. Leave it like this for now. Leave it like this for now. All of us on. I don't want.
Yeah.
Oh, let's see what Hialeah got.
All right.
Man Cave sent Hialeah now. Okay, you know this is gonna be killer too. What'd you get?
Thank you so much. You're a good man. I don't care what. Okay, this one
All right, what'd you get? Let's see it.
Dude, I was looking for this book. I don't have this one, and wow.
What is it? What'd you
One
get?
thing number 4.
Oh,
Oh my
killer
God.
book.
This is Bernie Wrightson.
Bernie Wrightson, yeah.
I have almost the whole first 10. And this is one that I
Great stuff. I love Swamp Thing 1.
You got lucky there. I got lucky.
Bernie Wrightson Swamp Thing, you can't beat it. Oh man. Thor 134. I've been looking for one of those for over a year. So it's such a hard book to find at the right price.
I almost got this book yesterday in
We got a similar taste, man.
I got this one a couple of weeks ago, and I wasn't happy with it because it has like a tape ball and it's missing some clips.
Can't even see it.
So this is awesome.
That's cool, man.
This is awesome. Wow.
So glad when people get the books they're looking for.
Oh my God.
Hmm.
Damn.
What are you going to do with that other one?
Dude, I almost bought another one yesterday.
Wow. It looked pretty good to me. Just a tape pull?
Dude, oh my God.
Hmm.
I got you 30, dude. That's awesome. All right, so now there's 2 slabs.
See here. G. Pause that. Okay, search, find Hialeah. Okay, there it is. Hialeah. Hey, Hialeah, how you doing? Hey, I'm watching the rewind of you on Biggie's channel. Do you have any plans for that other Thor 134? LMK if you are looking to sell. Cool. What do I want to say?
Yeah, does that look familiar? here, Biggie? Yeah. Is that yours? Yeah, I'm gonna get mine to show you. Oh, dude, that is awesome, bro. I don't know, for whatever reason, I bought a few of those raw at some point for real cheap, and then I just sent them to get graded, and I forgot that I had already sent one to get graded, and I was surprised when I got it back. I was like, I already have this. Hey, dude, not for nothing, but I was a little.
Hey, LOL. Hey, Hialeah. I just realized how that might come across as, so, hey, you can eat that? Seriously, just let me know. Man, that had to come across as like desperate. Like I'm looking for. Oh man, I hope he doesn't just send it to me. I was not looking for an AOK. I just want to buy the book at a reasonable price. Yeah, seriously, just want to buy it. Let me know. Let me see that again. Let's see if I can rewind and find a better look at that book. Hialeah, why aren't you getting back to me? Dude, I need that 134, man. What do I gotta do? Okay. Yes. This is J Hood Creative. Just waiting to hear back.
Nice hair.
Hialeah. What about that 134, man? Need that 134. Just let me know what I gotta do for it, man. Let me know. Oh man, you got back to me.
I appreciate you. I don't feel like
Wait, he's asking me for my address.
No, I'm just kidding.
No, I don't. I don't want AOK. I want to buy it. Let me know.
So you keep your Kleenex?
Oh man, he's insisting. He's just gonna say it. Just give me your damn address and leave me alone. Okay, here's my digits. Man, this community is great.
What did I watch?
So
Is it over?
it's over.
Oh, shoot.
Oh, that was great.
You loved that, didn't you?
Be careful what you wish for.
I would like to say one thing while he's getting that. Hialeah did one of the most impressive things I've ever seen in comic gories. Because not only did he show the Red Hulk, but somehow he became red in the video. It's amazing.
Yeah, congratulations, Bill, for beating the current comic gories champ. It's no small feat. I know how it goes.
Yes, that rage was definitely a mic drop moment.
Let's see. Red face.
Now, could everybody hear you guys laughing to the video?
I don't know. I didn't think about
Because I
that.
could hear you guys.
Okay.
Oh, the probably.
And when you blew your nose, I could hear that.
I was like, nice shot.
Nice.
I
Yeah,
could hear Vic laughing, and I could hear you blowing your nose.
rookie mistake.
It might have just been me because I'm on the inside. It could be.
Okay, so
Could you guys hear that in the chat land?
if you could hear it, they could. Okay, so only one book was mentioned,
Okay.
and we have a few, and I know some of them are for you.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
Is that
Nice.
Milo in there?
So here is the book in question.
Ooh.
So,
Let's go.
yeah, pop it up.
Let's go full screen. Yeah. There you go. Yeah. That makes it even better.
That's beautiful, man.
That's nice. What was he complaining about? Oh, they were right
It's
there.
got the tape pull right there,
Oh,
which being so close to the white of the arm, in my opinion, it's hard to pick up on.
yeah.
But yeah, I don't need mint condition, books.
Yeah.
If they're,
I was
if they're
listening to
nice and
somebody,
presentable, that's good enough for me, man.
listening to somebody who's last time I was like, my motto, low grade, no grade, or something like that. But like, because he was giving away, he's doing a big giveaway. He's like, y'all know all my books are low grade. So.
All right, so
No.
So Hialeah, can you confirm that the other three books are for Victor?
Really?
No. He took off, man. Oh, yeah. Okay.
All right. So here goes. X-Men 281. So this would have been in the heart of the 90s, when the height of the X-Men popularity.
Yeah, it's the first of that team, right? Blue team, or
A new team is born.
is it gold?
I think this was the gold team. So they had so many X-Men, they divided them into a blue and a gold team.
Okay.
Yeah. X-Men was taken over by Jim Lee, and then that was taken over. Uncanny was taken over by Wiles Portatio.
Wiles or Will Sportatio. Yeah.
Will Portatio. Yeah, I remember. I'm horrible at pronouncing that.
So, and here are the next two issues in that run.
Bishop.
First appearance of Bishop.
Nice.
282.
Oddly enough, I almost bought that a couple of weeks ago.
In a Mylar.
Yeah.
Nice.
Mm.
I'm not sure it's so much that is you might be the only one.
It's me and you. Oh,
283 is a follow-up issue.
That's really cool.
Yep. So there you go.
Thank you, Hialeah.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you, bro. And
Thanks.
I didn't put it in the video, but I made sure I got Hialeah's address too, so
Woohoo.
he'll have one coming his way soon.
Nice.
So
Yeah, if I ever get these books from, like, I ordered these books on eBay so long ago that they quadrupled in value because Boom signed the contract with Netflix since I ordered them. They're traveling somewhere around the country. They've been to Montana, they've been to Detroit, they've been to North Carolina, been to Pennsylvania. You know where they haven't been? It's the South Bend.
Indiana.
Just say.
Hey, Hialeah, you're one of the class acts in the community.
Yeah.
You definitely over delivered. It's not what I was hoping for when I first got in contact with you, but I appreciate it, man. All right, so this next group of books are books that I got in a randomizer during Z Collect's push to get Comic Head 84 over 1,000, over 1,000 subs. And this price pack was donated by the immortal Biggie Shaq. So I was thrilled to get the prize from Biggie. That's cool. So we got things like The Losers. That's a pretty cool cover. On the flip side, we've
You
got
did the art on that.
Jacques did The Losers.
Jacques Rougeau? Rougeau brothers?
What's that?
Jacques Rougeau from the Fabulous Rougeaus?
We've got an image.
All right, there you go.
One, Invincible.
Really? Is that the first? Okay.
Is that Kirkman?
Yep.
I saw it on the bottom.
And then we've got Heroes in Crisis.
Boo.
I didn't hate this story like everyone else did.
That story is the worst story. It's horrible. There's no point to it. Hey, wait. Oh, it wasn't him. It was him. No, you did it. I can't stand Harley Quinn anymore, man. I just can't take her.
I understand why people dislike it. They didn't.
Because it sucks. That's why people disliked it. It sucked. It was a waste of time.
So this is a price guide. Probably from
What are those for?
1990. What's that? These all just came in a prize for somebody donated them. There was a show that was trying to get somebody over 1,000. Comic Head 84 trying to get him over 1,000 subs. So just as a celebration, they were throwing out
There we go.
some freebies. What if the Avengers had fought evil during the 1950s?
Isn't this like the basis of Agents of Atlas?
You
That
might
book
be
that
right.
came out later.
I mean, isn't that the
robot
reboot of
guy.
Superman versus the Klan, basically?
Backside, we got a Spider Woman.
I tell you, that look is staying
Disney Plus?
consistent to me for Spider Woman, I guess.
That's the classic Spider Woman look for sure. We got Green Lantern Rebirth, the dollar comic.
You know, I'm a fan of a green book.
On the backside, we've got Harbinger,
With the Dark Knight.
Dark Knight homage.
I want to put that out there. I'm tired of homage covers. It's done. It's over. People stop making homage covers. It's over.
Piata homage cover. Basically. Pieta, my bad.
What are you doing? Ripping something up?
I'm just taking tape off so we can see the whole cover.
Hercules. Hercules.
We know a big Hercules fan, don't we?
And then we've got one of those 100-page giants from Walmart for the Flash.
Good idea, but it's underdone, man. They just like throw them in a corner somewhere. You could sell comics at Walmart. That sounds great.
Actually,
Just put them over there with
Walmart, I understand expanding their comic book sales.
Are they?
Yeah.
I know they recently like signed a deal with some independent outfit.
Yeah.
All right, then I got just a few other things, some pickups.
Oh, is that mine? Look at that.
So I've been looking for this for quite a while now, and I've passed on copies in better condition for the same price. So I just went ahead and pulled the trigger on this one finally. But I always wanted this book because I had a 100-pager that had a reprint of a Blockbuster story in it. And I always thought it was this issue. I love this cover anyway, but then I got the issue and realized that it wasn't the story I was looking for.
Hey,
So,
and that's red,
it is a red cover.
not orange.
Categories, yeah.
That's really cool, though.
So yeah, I was in need of a red cover. I've been thinking I need more Silver Age Batman in my life, so I went ahead and got that one. And the other cover of the story that I wanted is a Detective Comics, and it's a purple cover.
Well, here's a question. So you get a
It'll be
book
here
like
next
that. You get a book like that, and you said you have it in a trade, I guess.
It was like in one of these 100-page giants from back in the day. It's one of
Okay.
the backup stories.
So will you ever read that actual book?
In most cases, I pop them open and at least give them a nice look through, if not read. I tried to read the first appearance of the Mimic, and it was like, man, this is so Silver Age.
Like I was looking on eBay, and so I was like, "Yeah, this book's never been read." I'm like, "Okay."
Hey, Man Cave, thanks for stopping in.
The man.
So I picked these up in a lot, and somebody else, another seller, had offered the first 2 issues for cheaper, a lower price, and I don't know, the deal fell through where I wanted him to change the shipping address so it came to me here at home, and he just canceled my order. So, but hello.
I think it's my buddy Jay calling again.
So you notice the creators on this, Stan Drake and Leonard Starr, and I'm not sure who Leonard Starr is, but Stan Drake is one of the greatest newspaper strip cartoonists to ever pick up a brush. So this is from the 80s, and it's a real nicely rendered stuff. It's got a little bit of a cheesecake factor in it, but no worse than you'd find in like a James Bond movie or something like that. And it's like a gritty crime. I don't know if Kelly Green is like a private investigator or something like that. It's very, Magnum PI-ish.
For Columbo, I'm all in.
Needs a Ram Selleck.
There you go.
Magnum PI. Woo!
Anyway, so I picked up the first 3 issues of this for honey of a deal shipped as like, I don't know, $15, maybe something like that.
Nice.
And there are more of these out there. If anybody's interested, just go look them up on eBay. There were 4 volumes in total. I only got the 3. When I looked into it, the 4th issue, I guess, is really hard to come by. So it's got reader copies of that, and then we'll talk about that later.
Don't you have a Justice League Dark for me somewhere?
I've got a trade.
I mean, they have a movie out and everything. Crazy cartoon.
He wrote the kids in the house.
Look, man. Look.
Oops. I dropped my
Will
cap
needs
to
to
my
get back to
drink.
school because Will keeps doing all the shows that I want to do.
Will of Hero and the Kid.
Yeah. So, school needs to start for him so I can start convincing Jamie to do those shows that he keeps doing that I want to do. I'm just like, look, man, go to school. Don't you have homeschool or something to do? E-learning. Because he's just doing a great job. Both of them are.
Yep. They do great stuff, great interviews.
You know what, guys? I gotta say something. It's nice that you're so nice to people, but you guys are just like platitudes thrown out like, oh, look, he's the best person in the world. Oh my goodness. It's just
we can talk about the bad shows, but what fun is that?
it's like, yeah, that was good. I'm here to bring it down.
Yeah. The YouTube comic book community is built on positivity.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot.
All the negative stuff gets.
No, I'm not saying bash people. I mean,
On Instagram.
you're just like, hey, good.
I mean, just speaking of that, I think there are a few people out there that, for better or worse, get a little bit of a bad rap. I'm not going to name any names or anything, but there are some people out there that other people in the community kind of look down on, but they seem to be successful with what they're doing. So more power to them. I don't have to watch them. So yeah, most of the people I do watch, I enjoy what they're doing.
I tell you, I've never ever thought about wanting a statue or needing a statue. I can't stop watching Jim Mint statue openings because those things are amazing.
Yeah.
I'm just like, what's it like? $10,000? What, that car note?
I don't know. mean,
Those
the
things are huge.
big super deluxe ones, they do rack up quite the price tag.
Like that. But yeah.
So you got to show off your haul. I want to show off my haul. Stuff
Okay.
I got in the past couple weeks.
All right.
All right, check it out. First off, there's an artist called Eli Wolf. Okay. And I like his crazy artwork, but he's got stickers out there. If you just find Eli Wolf with 2 F's, and I'm sure you'll be able to find his website. He's got this cool Godzilla melting the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. I'm sure I got the sticker, but I think you can get shirts and other stuff like that, art prints, magnets.
Right.
Okay. And then we got Link from Zelda finding a Metroid creature out of the. So that's cool. I like that. You know, I'm a sticker freak. I like these stickers.
Yep.
All right. And then we got Curious George getting too curious.
The Hellraiser cube.
Yeah. I have a shirt of it's Ronald McDonald Pinhead. I'm not wearing it. Okay, and then my favorite sticker I got was Boba Fett playing the Star Wars arcade machine. He also has the symbiote. Wait, no, what do they call that? The alien from Alien, right?
Yeah. The
Xenomorph playing the Space Invaders game. It's basically the same. It's just it's the Xenomorph. So yeah, you want to check him out? Eli Wolf, Eli Wolf, WOLFF. Just Google the guy, and he's got plenty of cool designs. He's got a Mr. Potato Head Leatherface, which it's pretty cool. And then something I wanted to get for a long time, but I bit the bullet. I got the Silverhawks DVD set. I don't think you can find this as easy anymore. This season 1, volume 1. I'm just a big Silverhawks nut. I got that. I got season 2. I got volume 2. I got to pick those up because, I like falling asleep watching cartoons. That's one thing. As much as I love the old cartoons, for some reason back then, it was mainly the Filmation cartoons. I would watch those, and I think it's either the music or something else that would always put me to sleep. So now when I'm watching them, I get very groggy. I love He-Man. It's just the Filmation. I mean, I had it for everything. The old Batman one, the dun 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 dun, and he, the old Batman Filmation, Fat Albert. All those, they would just put me to sleep because I think what it was is when I was a kid and they were on Saturday morning, I would watch them and fall asleep. So now it just triggers it. It just triggers it. So I also have these, this little, it's like Glyos where you can pull their limbs off. It's like, I forgot the name of it. This is like based off of the old, pro wrestling game, the Amazon guy from Pro Wrestling.
But they look like villains from Kim Possible.
Well, maybe they stole it from the pro wrestling. Homage! It's an homage! But I picked this up at a C2E2 a couple years ago. The guy also does, if you ever heard Warlords of War, and it's like an underground. I don't know if it's just it's a behind the scene underground thing of it's kind of like a new version of He-Man type stuff. It's like it's all 5.5 or in this case, I'd say that's like 2 point something. I don't know.
Gotcha. It's like half scale or something.
Yeah. So, but they're like the old He-Man bodies, but you can pop the limbs off, interchange them. They also have what is it? The Battle Tribes or whatever, those series out there, those are cool. You can make remember Crystar, the Rimco toy line from Marvel. You could do that, make him. I've always wanted that. That's like one of my biggest dreams is having a Crystar 5.5 guy. Anyways, That's my haul for this week.
Cool, man.
Comic book clobbering time. Oh, and I got this cool Polaroid hat.
That is cool.
I like it.
I wonder if someone did a mashup where it says hemorrhoid. Like that. I might do that. I'm sure it's out there.
Why don't they make Preparation H hats?
I don't know. They'd make underwear for that. What? I don't know.
All right, you know what time it is?
Clobbering time?
It's time for.
Oh, snap.
Woohoo.
Oh, no.
I just need some music to go with it next time.
You need popping noise. Uh-oh, I'm nervous now.
All right, you want me to put the camera on you, or are you just gonna read
I'm
it?
fine.
All right.
All right, so this is going to be basically, hopefully, some basic things about Milestone comics that everybody should know, right?
Okay.
I try not to go too deep into the lexicon.
So, just as a reminder, Coach Vic challenging Al Schell to a comic book clobbering time pop quiz about the DC Milestone universe.
So we'll start off pretty simple. What are the 4 flagship titles of Milestone Comics, and what city were they set in?
Okay. All right. Let's kick this off with the first issue. The first character that came out was Hardware. Then you had the Blood Syndicate. Then you had Icon. And then you had Static. Not Static Shock, Static.
Correct.
Came Static Shock later. And then it was in the Dakota City, Dakotaverse.
There you go. All right. Good job. Woohoo. Ding, ding, ding.
If I was hard pressed, I probably could have answered those. Maybe not the city part.
All right. Oh, yeah. Number 2. What is the name of the DC Milestone crossover series?
Worlds Collide.
And can you name any of the heroes that were involved in Worlds Collide?
Oh, wait,
Okay, so
this part B to that question?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is
okay, so Superman. We had Superman with Icon. We had Static with Superboy, and then we had Hardware with Steel.
Nice. Good job. And good job. And Blood Syndicate was in there somewhere, I'm sure. Because
Yeah.
it's the Blood Syndicate with everybody.
Oh man, they had a. Oh my goodness, I was okay. Go ahead.
I think I might have made this too easy.
I don't think so.
All right. Who are the founding members of Milestone?
Okay, there's. All right, Dwayne McDuffie,
Mm-hmm.
Dennis Cohen,
Yeah.
Michael Davis,
All right.
Derek T. Dingle.
Of course you knew that day.
Okay, and then there's a founding member that isn't in there, but he said he helped out with the bite was Christopher Priest.
Yeah, but he left right before they started. Actually,
Right.
he left to join Motown. What was it called? Like Motown something comics by, I think it was DC, not DC, Marvel, I think, or somebody put together some sort of Motown comics division. I guess their black division of comics that actually, I think it was Dennis Cowan who ended up helping out with that eventually. And later on, Reginald Hudlin came into play. I only said it because, my mom used to roller skate with his mom. The guy that produced House Party. Which led to a great kid to play comic book from the.
Oh man, those movies! I love those movies. House Party,
All right.
Dragon Breath. Martin
You're
Morris.
doing this. Make me feel like I didn't work hard enough on this. So the Blood Syndicate, it's not a superhero team. Why? Because we ain't a team. Blood Syndicate is a combination of 2 rival gangs. Can you name the 2 gangs that combine to form the Blood Syndicate?
Okay, it's the Paris Island Bloods and the Force Syndicate.
All right. Name at least 3 members of the Blood Syndicate. Or name as many as you can.
Huh?
Name as many as you can.
Okay. So, all right. So Tech 9, White Sun, Brick House, Fade, Flashback, DMZ.
Actually, it's Beyonce, but It is.
Okay.
Okay.
Third Rail, Boogeyman, Dog.
With 2 G's.
Yeah. Shit. Aqua Maria. Oro.
Yeah.
Kawhi.
Man.
Uh,
I think that covers all the main members.
and then Holocaust was in there for a minute. Pyre or Holocaust. I think, yeah.
Study this the whole time.
Hmm.
All right. Well, which two had a long-standing relationship throughout the comics?
Come again?
Which two members of the Blood Syndicate had a long ongoing relationship?
It'd probably be. Oh, wait a minute. This is a trick question. I would say it's Brick House and Third Rail.
Mighty. Let it all hang out.
The Brick
Really?
Hills.
Man. All right. Great job.
Is that it?
Well, I got a couple more here.
I was supposed to do 5. How many was that?
Well, that was 4.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, 5 is the easy one compared to what he knows already. What are the people who have been endowed with powers after the Big Bang in the Dakotaverse called?
The Bang Babies.
See? What's the most controversial issue? Which is the most controversial issue of Static Shock? Of Static?
It'd be number 25, where DC made him change the cover because they were Static and his girl were making out, and they had a handful of unopened condoms.
All right, then. What is one of the two names? What is one of the two names Icon went by?
Okay, he was going to be called Paragon. Let's see, his Earth name was Augustus Freeman IV, and his real name was Arnis. Right?
Look, I just have to have one that you can't answer. Which Supreme Court justice and Icon fan has quoted Icon often?
Oh, okay.
I mean, if you think about Supreme Court, it's probably an easy guess, but with Icon being him being a conservative paragon for Republican matters.
I don't have that one.
Clarence Thomas.
Okay, I had Thomas, but I didn't have the first name.
Good job, Al.
That was a great job. And you get
Thank
to win
you.
a prize.
I want to thank you, Vic, for picking those, like popping me on those, because really I've never really paid attention to Milestone that much, and so I deep dived into it. Man, I love they got some great covers. And
the problem Milestone had is, I mean, no matter how good the stories were, you had to advertise them as, basically these are the black characters. These are black comic book characters. So they were black before they could ever be good stories or good characters or good anything. And so they got promoted that way and pushed that way. I think that's a big problem with any of the black characters, like Blue Marvel. They're black characters before they're anything else, and so people might, that's for them.
Hey, can I ask you a couple questions about it?
Oh, do you want to see your prize first, or you want to ask me questions?
I'll see the prize. Let's see the prize.
All right. Now you have to go pick it up yourself.
Ooh! I was almost gonna buy that. Thank you.
It's a cool one. I'm not a pop collector, but he showed me this, and I was like, "Yeah, if you don't want it, I'll take it."
Kelly mentioned that this
thank you.
interested in.
Yeah, is that waiting for me at Buy Me Toys or?
Yeah, it is.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. I mean, for
Appreciate that.
I thought I should buy you another one.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
All right.
I mean, Ed, you pointing this out to me. I mean, I'm digging them. I want to go. I'm going to pick up a lot of the books now. Just the covers. I love the. But I got a question for you. Okay, so they like to reference pop culture a lot, you know, black culture a lot. So Static, you should get this. Static was named. The name came from, I think, Christopher Priest, right? He was saying there was a song out at the time from a well-loved singer and dancer performer. Could you tell me where the Static name came from and what artist it was inspired by?
Nope.
I'm going to tell you, it was James Brown, because they had a song called Static, and it says, "You don't want none, don't start none," and that was actually on the first. That was on the first comics. All had like a saying on them,
Right.
and that was Static's.
Like Hardware's was the cog in the machine.
Yeah, it was the cog in the corporate machine.
Yeah.
Is about to strip some gears. And then Blood Syndicate was America Eats Its Young. And then Icon was She's Got Your Hero, right? I think that's what it is.
Yeah, I think so.
I was learning all. You can ask Jamie. I was texting him like, dude, I'm memorizing this. I'm trying to remember this.
Who's
I actually
Icon's protege? That's it.
Huh?
Who's Icon's protege?
Oh, it's Rocket. Raquel, Irvin.
Golly.
Okay, so Icon came to Earth in 1839, pretty much like a Superman, except he was on like a cruise ship, just like hanging out with the cooperative, and so he had to. They crash landed on Earth in a escape pod, and he was found by a slave woman named Miriam, and then he was raised by her, and then like he basically he would become his own son, so he would that's why he was at the fort. He was August Freeman, then he was August Freeman the first, the second, the third, and the fourth.
Oh. Okay, that makes sense.
Oh, I got another question. Okay, so we don't got much time, but next time I talk to you, you know, we'll. I did a deep dive, so.
Go ahead and throw it out. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, I got a pop challenge. I got a big challenge. Let's see, we got five.
Ask me another question.
Well,
ask him your last question.
Okay, the question is, okay, so it's pretty much like the Static thing. So Dwayne McDuffie went and seen a movie, a Clint Eastwood movie, and he came out of that saying, "I think I got hardware. I figured out hardware." What was the Clint Eastwood movie he's seen that made him realize how to write hardware?
Unforgiven.
There you go. We watched the same video.
Nope. Ask me to name 2 Clint Eastwood movies.
There you go.
I only know one.
Okay, so I have a challenge. I got the Pop Kids challenge. I get to choose, and I choose the viewers. Okay. So next clobbering time, whoever's in the crowd, who's ever watching, who's ever ready to play, I have a big challenge. I'm coming. It's a special show. It might be 5, it might be 10 questions. It's going to be, the pop quiz is going to be about DC Comics, Crisis on Infinite Earths. If you can feel that, you can be there, and you can believe it, that I'm going to be quizzing you. So you come back in 2 weeks, and the winner of that might get something special.
Cover?
I'm telling you, Crisis on Infinite Earths.
What books does that cover?
Well, just the main series, 1 through 12. I'm not going to do any offshoots. I'm not going to do it. It's just the main series. So anybody can answer. The first question that is correct wins each question. and then the one that gets the most points is going to get something special from Clobberin time.
All right, sounds good.
Nice.
I'm coming for you, sucker! Hulk Hogan, we coming for you, sucker!
All right, that sounds awesome, man. All right, so we've reached the end of our hour. We haven't been able to touch on our other subject of how to help a new collector figure out what to collect.
I need help.
Well, let's take just a few minutes and we'll go ahead and discuss that. So, okay, so comic book collectors, people that like me that have got a bunch, we've got friends that watch the movies, and sometimes we get asked, hey, what if I'm going to read comics, where should I start, or what should I read? And the answer is, I don't know. Finding that one sweet spot, or 2 or 3 books to throw out to somebody that really doesn't know any of the background, might kind of know the origins of some of the heroes based on what they see in the movies. But to find like that, just a few kind of classic pieces you can give to them, and they'll understand it, as they jump in. So that's when I think about this question of how does a new reader find what he wants to collect, that kind of, for me, as a current collector, kind of starts there. So for me, usually we ask the question, okay, so if you like this movie or that movie, what other kind of things do you like? Because there might be other comic books in that genre or that touch on those subject matters, that helps us figure out what to suggest. But I think as far as what resources are there for a new collector to come in and kind of find their way, I think part of it is trial and error. I think you need to kind of start cheap and try a bunch of stuff as cheaply as you can, whether you just going to the library and kind of flipping through the trade paperbacks and see if there's anything you find appealing there, and then based on that, come back to a collector and say, hey, I like these things I found. What else is there like this? And then we can give you more suggestions from there. I think another avenue is, if you're watching this on YouTube, there's tons of stuff already on YouTube about storylines and things like that. One of the channels that kind of gets made fun of sometimes is Comics Explained, which to me, I find pretty helpful on anything I haven't read.
There's a Comics Explained channel, and I'm just not learning about this.
So,
hey, Jamie, when you first got comic books, like who got you into it? Like someone bought you one, right?
My earliest recollections are I had a stack of comic books, and I know I can remember at age 4, and probably before that, not with any specificity, but going to the grocery store and picking my own books off the spinner rack. So somebody might have given me some, and I know a few people did. I remember an uncle gave me some, like a second cousin gave me a few, and I still have them. So, but yeah, that's the other thing of people. Like,
so basically, you got it from family, right?
Yeah.
So that's why we need to be like. You need to be someone's family in a sense, like a friend or a brother or something. And then you're like, hey, check this out. I think that's how when I got started in comic books, it was like, my dad would get me when I'm sick. He would get me a comic book or something,
Yeah.
So that'd be the best. That's my suggestion. It's like, get someone a comic book. I mean, if they don't like it, they can, just throw it away or whatever. But I mean, it's really just be a family member. Just be like, hey, check this out. You might like this. I don't know. I mean, you got to know the person anyways if you're going to buy them something. I mean, you don't buy random strangers stuff.
Right.
I do.
I think but the comic books we had back then were simpler, where they were self-contained stories almost all the time. And now it's like you can give somebody a first issue of a storyline, and they can decide whether or not they want to collect it from there. But I mean, if I just give somebody just a random book and say, here, try this, it could be kind of stuck in the middle of something bigger. Coach Vic had a comment.
Well, I was going to say one of the things that's really kind of helped me actually more recently is that I find a couple of stories here and there that I like or people that I like, and on at least the Marvel digital app, it's $2 for an issue. Mm-hmm. I mean, once I first read the book there, I was like, oh, this is really easy to read. You don't miss anything, and so a $2 investment on the book. And then if you really like it, you can even get the trade on the digital app for like $8 or something like that. Or you can, if you want to hold a book, which I like books, you can get the trade for $14 or whatever. But that digital app is amazing. Just for anything, like for our Daredevil 181, I got the digital copy of it, $2.
And that's the other thing where I mentioned the libraries where you can go to the library and pick out books. Most libraries these days have like digital checkouts too.
Yeah.
I know that's how Pete on our issue at Hand Show reads his books, is he checks them out from the library, but on his phone or his tablet.
Well, even on Etsy, I saw I could buy every Milestone book. It's a digital copy. I don't know how well it's done or not, if it's just scanned in or whatever. For like $15. I'm just like, yeah, I'm probably getting $15 worth of copy in there. But it's, I need a specific reader to read them.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
But I'm just like, it's interesting, if you just.
Hey Vic, do you have the West Coast Avengers Vision Quest storyline?
I'll look on my handy app and let you know.
I mean, do you have the physical copy?
No, he doesn't. Well, he's got a few issues of that. He bought a mystery box we opened up a couple weeks ago.
Oh yeah, he did. I seen that.
So he's got a couple of them.
It's not under West Coast. It's under Avengers.
It's either under West Coast Avengers or Avengers West Coast.
Oh.
Yeah, the Vision Quest. That was the part of the questions we asked.
Yeah, I have number 42 and number 44.
So you need 43 and 45.
Oh, okay. I'm impressed that you know that like that, but if you say so.
It was like what, a 4-part. It was 4 parts, right?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it was the beginning of John Byrne's run, and he went on to do more. So I don't remember what.
I'm gonna get those for you.
Oh well, thank you.
I'm gonna get some of those for you. I'm gonna, because I was just sitting here, like, you get friends, give them to you. I'm gonna get you those.
Oh, thank you.
You gotta read it though.
Oh, I'll read it.
I want the physical copies, not the digital copies. I want the physical copies read. I want fingerprints on that. I want DNA on that. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. I'm gonna pick those up for you, because I tell you what, really, that's what got me into like serious collecting was those books, because it was like I wanted to see what was going down after that. Because they had some deep stuff in there with like Wonder Man being selfish and stuff. And
yeah, there's some good character development.
Black Panther's in there? Wasp?
I don't remember Black Panther, but I guess so.
Well, in this issue, they have the Human Torch, Wonder Man, Black Panther, Wasp, and Thomas Maximoff.
Okay. So I guess part of what it comes down to for a new collector also is kind of what are they into it for, as far as, do you want to build a collection of books, or do you want to just consume them as far as the stories go? Because when it comes to a book like this, I'm collecting kind of the more universal level or galactic, cosmic level villains and characters in Marvel Universe.
You just want money books. That's all you want.
No, I mean,
you want old books. You want newsprint, stinky newsprint books.
I do want the stinky newsprint.
Get that stinky newsprint.
That old comic book smell.
Yeah, this book is heated up in the last year since I've been looking for it. This is how it goes. I say, I want to buy Giant Size X-Men #1 because I think I can afford it. And then they announce that Disney's buying Fox and the price on it triples. So the same thing happened here. I'm like, I want to collect all these cosmic level characters, the first appearances, and this was a reasonably priced book. And then they said, well, I think we're going to do the what's the guy's name? It's slipping my mind now.
Look at it. See these old books? These are all those dollar books that they relay the reprints.
Yep.
You can also give them these, and they might like, hey, I like that.
She-Hulk.
This character here is rumored. Nobody knows anything about Guardians of the Galaxy 3, but he's rumored to be the.
Who's he?
What's the guy's name? He's totally slipping my mind now.
What'd you say?
This guy right here. He's the Marvel guy that.
High evolutionary.
High evolutionary. That's it.
Oh yeah, I think I.
So he's. I guess.
I better know him.
He created Rocket Raccoon.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Went into his room.
I understand.
You know who Rocket Raccoon is?
I know from the movies and stuff, but I've never read him in comics.
Oh. Like, I know Rocket Raccoon.
But just the rumor that he's going to be in the next Guardians of the Galaxy movies kind of doubled or tripled the value on this one too.
Oh jeez.
So there it's okay. Do you want it for the story, or was there some other significance to it? Do you want it because the art?
Hey, can I look at that book? Can I come over there and flip through it?
Yeah, if you handle it nicely, I like.
Here's an annual for you to look at.
Oh,
No, what was it?
bend that up.
The king size.
Let me get my hands on them comics. Hey, let me get my hands on them. Bend it up like this. I'm gonna do this to it. I'm gonna bend it up. Bend that comic up. I'm gonna make it mine. Better take a Polaroid of it, because that's only how you gonna remember it, man.
I mean, there are some books that I buy that are mid to lower grade that I just buy them to put them on my spinner rack, just so I populate that with interesting stuff.
I'm gonna come and look at all your boxes of comics. I'm gonna bring a chili dog in one hand and a big old frothy pop in the other. And I'm like, where them comics at? Give me them.
And we'll give you a beanbag and put you right in front of the spinner rack.
Can't contain me. I can see Jamie's gonna get red really quick. Anyway, all right.
So does that help at all, or?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. But plus, like I said, I think I finally found a groove, a niche. But yeah,
You've kind of stuck your toe in. I've given you some stuff. You bought a few things.
I'm really liking Cloak and Dagger a lot.
Yeah, that's cool.
I've read like the first 3 issues. I would just go ahead and get the trade, I think. And I like the fact that they do the trades and storylines. Like I really like Ironheart a lot, but that's probably more of a cultural thing. It oddly enough, it feels like it's a comic written by Black people for Black people, not for Black people, but about Black people. I mean, it just really resonates. I really like the writing. Okay. And Eve Ewing, I think she's doing an amazing job. Eve L. Ewing. But I really like the writing. I like everything about Ironheart.
So, cool. So that's part of it is finding the characters that strike a chord with you. All right, so we'll go ahead and wrap this up. This week on Tuesday.
No. Facsimile.
My comic now.
Yeah.
It's mine now. No.
Big old dent.
So this week on Issue at Hand, we're going to go over Daredevil 181.
Signed by Klaus Johnson.
Yep.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say it looks like it's signed by Jesus Jones.
Jesus Jones, what did he sing? Right here, right now?
Yes.
Right here, right now. I just dropped my Daredevil comic book on the floor.
Yeah. Not signed by Jesus Jones. But yeah. So we'll have
Ryan Worthmore.
Around Comics on to discuss that.
And one thing that also you need to understand too, Bullseye is one of Jamie's favorite villains too.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't believe that.
If you looked at half the stuff he tagged you in, he just uses us to win prizes.
Right.
He tags us and everything.
And just remember, in 2 weeks, Crisis on Infinite Earths pop quiz. Now you guys can be involved too, so you better bone up on Crisis on Infinite Earths 1 through 12.
Wait a second, wasn't that the TV series? I know this.
They made it into a TV, but it had nothing to do with the comic. I'm talking about the original comic, 1985, Marv Wolf and George Perez, spectacular.
It's an awesome storyline.
Yeah. Well, wait
You
till
better
I
learn, you better learn covers. You better learn characters. This is gonna be brutal, man. 10. I'm going with 10 questions. 10 big questions.
5 questions.
You can get 5, but you're not winning. Okay, so answer 5 of them. Actually, I'll give him like the handicap, so he can actually. If he gets 5, we're getting him something special because this Crisis is the most craziest thing. You had to be dipped so far into comic lore. So if you can get 5, if you can get 5 right, Vic, you're getting something.
Crisis on Infinite Earths was a great storyline, but if you give that to a newbie as their first thing and say, "Here, read this," they're going to be like,
"I quit."
I'm doing it. I'm going to pound it in. You know this character that's not going to be around anymore.
Hey, don't forget to go buy me toys and get your prize.
I will. I'll go pick something up for you too for such a beautifully thought out pop quiz, man. It made me think.
Hey, I'm just glad that you acquired a ton of knowledge.
Dude, I didn't even spill half of it. Like you can ask Jamie. I learned the actual order of Worlds Collide, what issues came out.
Really?
All 14 of them.
It's hardcore.
I mean, I have listed in my list of books that I want in order. I've memorized them.
Then let's see. I learned a lot of the Blood Syndicate's real names. I learned, like I said, I learned the tagline on each of the first 4 comics. Oh man, I was going nuts.
Yeah, about that. I had those on lockdown on an auction, and somebody sniped them at the last second.
I tell you something. You want to talk like over or underrated? Mark Bright, MD Bright. Mm-hmm. He helped create, I think, the visuals of Icon. But his art before that, he was like one of my favorite Iron Man artists.
Mm.
Mark Bright, he I don't know what happened to him.
Yeah,
I don't hear about him.
Didn't he do Quantum and Woody?
Yeah, he also went on to do Quantum and Woody. I think with Christopher Priest.
Yep.
So yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. You want to check that out, Coach? The original Quantum with Mark Bright.
Okay.
That's a good one. I think Quantum was either Quantum or Woody is a black guy, but he's under a mask, so you can't really tell. But it's funny. It's funny too.
See, I like humor in my comics.
Yeah, you guys. I mean, you can't all be Batman walking around crying all the time. That's one thing I was noticing. Did Batman? Okay, so Batman Begins had. Okay, so Bruce Wayne was going to go blow away someone with a gun. Okay, before, and then like his girlfriend stopped him. And as I was watching the Milestone comic stuff, they were talking about how Stan Lee would never have, because Static, and before he got power, he was going to go and shoot the bully that was bullying him. And he said that Stan Lee would never have done something like that. Even though if you look at Spider-Man, he was kind of a D-head. He was a douche before and after he got his powers. But I was thinking Batman didn't do that either. Like Bruce Wayne before, I can't recall him in any comic book going and doing that. So I'm like, I'm sure they didn't ace it from Static, but there can be claim laid on that because I mean, if you look at like a lot of the hardware stuff, they like right after hardware came out, like Iron Man started just acing a lot of the hardware type.
I was reading that too.
It's crazy, man. It's so crazy. It's just like, hey, we like that. We're taking that. But I mean, Marvel and DC have aced each other for so long. Yeah. They just been like, no, well, we did it at the same time, so okay.
Yeah, but I was reading about that. I was watching videos talk about how specifically they kept that Iron Man adopted a whole bunch of stuff that hardware had.
Oh yeah.
Even though Iron Man came out before hardware.
Yeah, I gotta say that hardware. When I was reading that, man, the dude's not likable at first, but luckily Dwayne McDuffie brings him back around, and it makes him because he learns. He's more. What's funny is even though he's supposed to be like Iron Man and Batman, to me he seems a lot like Peter Parker because Peter Parker was not likable when he first became Spider-Man. So like hardware is not like either it wasn't well written enough into it because he just came off like, oh, I'm getting screwed over. I'm gonna, you know. But later because at first he's killing people, but then he like learns it's like, oh, I shouldn't be doing this. So it's like it's an actual good morality tale. At first I was like, this is kind of like
Green Arrow thing.
Yeah, it's just. It's good. Hardware. I think hardware is my favorite out of the ones that I read so far. I love the covers, the artwork. Oh my goodness, I love those covers. That's what got me going back. I mean, this is some crazy designs. Hardware just looks crazy, and no one has been able to draw him as good since. The suit looks weird. He's got that big collar thing, and then I see him on, in a Justice League book or something later. And I'm just like, I don't like. That don't look right. It don't. It's gotta be Dennis Cohen. He's got to be the one drawing it. What happened to Dennis Cohen? Is he still alive or is he?
He's still alive.
Like before that, I didn't really.
I only hear other artists talk about him. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, he's
currently.
Yeah, he doesn't. I don't think he does comics anymore, but I bet he's got a IG account. Look him up on that.
Yeah, to me, he's always been like Bill Sienkiewicz, or what's his name?
Sienkiewicz,
and a bit of Gene Colan.
Yeah,
he kind of has like that mixture into it. And I've seen some of the pictures from the Bible, the Milestone Bible, and that's just, oh my goodness! Like I've always been a pencil guy, anyways. I love seeing people's pencils. And also, I think they did like a special, like a watercolor or something for the pages, so it looks real different. People don't touch this stuff anymore. It's a shame, but for the start off point that they had, I'm like when I was a kid, all I cared about was Death of Superman crap and the comeback, and I was getting that in Captain America and stuff like that. But now as an adult with new eyes, I can go back and look at that. It was some good stuff, man.
Right.
And thank you for pointing it out to me, Coach.
Thank you for pointing it out to me.
I look on it with new eyes.
All right. Well, we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. And like always, I'll just remind you, keep your priorities straight. Faith, family, comic books. We'll see you next time.